Hunter isn't done. He's just getting started. 5051 National Press Coordinator. I'm just kidding. He's the Antifa. This is the Antifa weekly Antifa press briefing with my good friend, Mr. Hunter Dunn. Hunter, are you done? Hunter isn't done. It's more like it.
Yeah, I'm never done. I believe I have the monopoly on the word done now, so all of you can only ever be finished.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what they say. Meat is done. People are. And we're just getting started. That's how you remember it with grammar. That's
terrifying. That's truly fantastic. All right.
Well, it's weird because I actually heard it when I was in school. Like when I was in like 5th grade, that was what my teacher always used to say. Huh. Meat is done, people are finished.
Where is my
political genius savant
Einstein? You know, like those are optional terms, right? Like you don't have to throw in all these superlatives.
Look at I put Antifa press briefing. What's that?
Hi, Mama Cat Sweets. We already got commenting on Twitch.
Hey, boo. What's up, Mama Cat? Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you so much. I need to get you on the show so we can talk about baking. You can be our Antifa baker. You kind of already are. That is kind of the role you play in the resistance, among many other things, other than really based political beliefs and outspoken anti-fascism. Manuel, what is up? Hunter, this is Manuel. We did a candle ceremony for him because he had a job interview, and then he got the job the next day.
That's fantastic. Love to hear that. So what I'm hearing is that we have magic powers and that we definitely should abuse them.
We do. We do have magic powers. We are using them for good, not for evil.
That's debatable. We can negotiate that later.
Well, depending on NPSM 7, NPSM 7, we are not doing. We are evil apparently, according to the government. Do it. I'm cool. Honestly, LOL. I have lore. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more of the lore, Mama Cat's Sweets, and we're gonna make sure that we drop the link to your page here. Hunter, you have a hell of a program for us today. Am I right?
Well, actually, I'm dropping some of the stuff into our chat right now so that we can get it started because there's some crazy stuff going on right now, and a lot of it you can probably find on X. But I figured, why not promote? When possible, a journalist that's doing some good journalism, because unfortunately, despite everything, sometimes local journalists, public journalists get scalped and someone steals their reporting, and that sucks when that happens. So
yeah, it does suck. Aaron Parnas. Sorry.
I was not commenting on any particular political figure or individual who is not a public figure. Just the general concept. For those of you who are on Blue Sky, there's actually some Blue Sky groups, like lists that you can find that are specifically dedicated towards journalists whose stories have been stolen without credit by large aggregator accounts. So you can actually go find those, which is one of the reasons why Blue Sky is pretty cool, despite the obvious flaws that it has, because it's a little bit smaller than some of the other platforms. But it's pretty good. It's a lot stronger than people think it is, and a lot more progressive than people think it is. My most popular post on there is one about exactly how we can get rid of Chuck Schumer. So,
really?
People think it's Blue MAGA. Believe me, it's not. They are very anti-Nazi, so they will freak out at you if they think you're doing anything remotely Nazi-esque, which is good, but can be a little bit overzealous sometimes. And that's where I think a lot of the hate comes from, was because they were really concerned about Graham Plattner. They were, of course, proven right. But
tell me, yeah, they were right about that. Jesus. All right, Hunter. Moving forward, I love you. Wait, hang on a second. No. Yeah, it's okay. You let's do this real quick though. I just want to show everybody who
Oyster
you
Man-
are.
So you are against deporting pregnant, undocumented women.
I think there's a lot of different things that we could get into on where conservatives are better
Sure.
with constitutional rights. And I think the unborn does have a constitutional right, properly interpreted, to a right to life. And currently, we do not protect that in the United States. And so that's a huge thing. For me, I think when you look at the Second Amendment, Republicans are much better on this issue. Voter ID laws, I could go on and on.
Look, voter ID law is not required in the Constitution on the first part.
Sure.
States are allowed to regulate their elections. For example, Donald Trump's attempt to use the U.S. Postal Service to try to stop states from regulating their own elections is a constitutional violation. But on the other point, Second Amendment, obviously we got to talk about the well-regulated militia. And with abortion rights, are you arguing that someone, because the U.S. currently has birthright citizenship, which is enshrined in the Constitution,
that the federal government cannot.
does someone become a citizen at the moment of conception? So if someone is undocumented.
All right, there you have it, folks. That's Hunter Dunn's bona fides. He's the one who's lapping these MAGA chuds all day long and twice on Sunday. Hunter, get us into our lead story. What do we got? Sprout's back. That's our mod on YouTube. Not gonna lie,
Hey,
pink
Sprout.
hat guy got me brinked up. He's cute as gay F. Who's the pink hat guy? Man who needs cookies. Okay, well, thank you with the Don Vito profile picture. If you are bricked up, I don't know what that means. I think I do. Sprout is the best. Sprout and Manuel are both on our wall of fame. It's me, Steve. Okay, yeah, I don't know who Man Who Needs Cookies is, but he does not need me. God knows. Insha, that's a big
I think
insha
he
nah.
does need you, like desperately. I think that's what this is about.
Hey, Man Who Needs Cookies needs Mama Cat Sweets. That's all I know. Yeah, I know
obviously-
I know what bricked up means. Thank you, Sprout. All right, Hunter, talk
Obviously-
about your thing. I gotta go pee.
No, hold on. We gotta let them get a little bit into our personal lives because there's a bit of a story here. Obviously, objectifying people is wrong, right? We don't want to objectify people. You know what's worse than getting propositioned directly? Getting propositioned on behalf of someone. I was at karaoke with some friends, right? And like a friend of mine was going through a rough time, a girl. Very important to the story that she is asexual. Like this matters a lot to the point of the story. She was going through a rough time, and I was kind of there for her. And I think some of the people who were around thought we were dating, just because, like, you know, we were a little bit touchy feely, right? Because I was comforting her like as a friend in a very normal friend way. But people are so accustomed to like heterosexuality and shipping any two male and female people ever in real life or otherwise, and they're like, they must be dating. And this like drunk woman who is significantly older than us, when we're like heading home, comes up to us and like makes kind of a lewd joke that I'm not going to totally repeat. I don't fully remember it either. And then she's like, oh, like you guys are like dating, right? Like that's really sweet. Like I think she was trying to compliment me for being like, you know, a nice person to my friend. And we're like, no, we're not. And she's like, why aren't you guys dating? And I don't say anything because I don't want to out my friend. And my friend's like, I'm not into men or women or anyone, and he's not into me, and which is like valid. And then she says to us, and I shit you not, this is her exact line. Hold on, my friend posted it in a group chat, so let me find it. It was one of the funniest things that I've heard in a while. She says to me, the exact line is, where is it? Hey,
Wait,
friends should like maybe fuck each other once and see how it turns out. Like that's what she said. She was like,
that's what the woman said to you all?
She was trying to get us together, and she was like, "You guys should like, you know, friends should have sex sometimes." It's like, what are you talking about? No, he shouldn't. And it's like, so you know, I'm just saying, we're both getting objectified a bit this week, but you're just getting getting it through complicated hoops. So
yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's a good punchline. That was a good punchline. I was like kind of like, where's he going with this? I'm giving him some leeway, but it paid off. First off, before Hunter actually gets into the Antifa press briefing because he's a genius political savant, Einstein. First of all, Sprout, congrats. That's a big deal. You know, you got to accumulate positives out there, okay? I'm not going to post that up, but everybody show Sprout some love. Just say congratulations. Also, Manuel, I got to tell you, you know ball, because you went to 7-Eleven for a big gulp, 2 hot dogs, and you're chilling at the park? The real ones know, baby. 7-Eleven. Let's go, dude. 7-Eleven hot dog, 7-Eleven big gulp. That's all I need. That's all I need. Hunter, take it away so I can go pee, and then I'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. Well, you based, dude.
Oh. Sorry.
Go with your talk about your story.
Yeah, all right. So we got Dog Football asking, press briefing. What? Antifa's not an organization. How does a non-organization have a press briefing? Well, you were correct. Antifa is not an organization. But according to NPSM 7, which was released by the Trump administration within, I believe, less than a year ago, but it's getting close to a year now, they laid out and described Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization and laid out a whole bunch of, like, characteristics that have nothing to do with terrorism and nothing to do with, like, the concept of Antifa, outside of the fact that it was a pretty good description of a lot of organizations I've described as anti-fascist and groups including, like, 5051. And I'm 5051's national press coordinator, so the Antifa press secretary is a bit of a running joke about that as far as Trump is concerned, this might as well be an Antifa press briefing. So why not bring them over here where we're having some fun and they're not going to get anything too useful, except for make them feel really bad about themselves, than like them going after someone who's like doing some really good direct action work right now that they don't need to be paying attention to. So, right now, they're a little bit busy infiltrating libraries. If I was under control of the screen right now, I would be showing you a really funny graphic from an actual court case where they're like, look, the 5051 terrorist organization. It's like, dog, they were meeting at the library and you wrote down that they said, we're not going to say or do anything that incites violence, even if we're thinking it. So it's like, what are you guys, what are you guys talking about? So that's the running joke for the Antifa briefing. Our main story for tonight, or at least our first one, to quote John Oliver, is right here. One of Mike Collins' former staffers, a guy who's known by a very long name that's implying that he is both Spanish nobility and from House Savoy, otherwise known as Preston Para or Preston Del Toro, released a very fascinating post where he said the word twink and then made a swastika out of it. Now, Mike Collins is a current representative in Georgia. So that's what that is up there, by the way, or down there if you're on Instagram. What this is a former Republican staffer just straight up Nazi posting on Maine, right? Like,
holy cow! This is this is just a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It gets worse, by the way. We're just not there yet.
Okay, so this is a Mike Collins staffer who basically posted a swastika. Okay,
he did post a swastika. And now I have a take about this, and we can get into the take, and I want to know if you agree or disagree with me. But before we do, should we do the take, or should we cover the other crazy shit he posted? Because
what's the other crazy shit he posted? Is it on the next slide?
No, it's not on the next slide because I didn't want to get my account taken down.
Okay, let's see here.
Just go to x.com.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Holy shit!
Yep.
What the
Yep. KKK robes.
Oh my god.
Also, this guy would say racial slurs in class at like college, allegedly, and then would go to the university and claim that it was anyone criticizing him was anti-Semitic because he's Sephardic Jewish, allegedly. Now, who am I to judge anyone's ancestry? But also, dog, why are you posting swastikas? Like, just straight up.
Yeah, no, this is you have Democratic Congress people. What does Sprout say? Yeah, what the actual fuck? Yeah, no, that's the proper response in this case. Thank you, Sprout. Let's see here.
Yeah, I didn't post the other one because I'd like to not have my account taken down, and I felt like posting the Twinkstico was probably pushing it as was.
Yeah, if you're in Twitch, say hi. We don't have as many Twitch people. We love all of our viewers, except if you're on Instagram. We don't love you because we can't see you. So you should join us on Twitch or YouTube. So Hunter, how is the Democratic Party? How has the Democratic Party met the? How have they met the Mama Cat? Are you still there? how have they met this recent controversy with the person that's running against John Ossoff in Georgia, which is very much a swing state?
Well, John Ossoff's actually handled it pretty well for what it's worth. We can have some words and discussions about some other stuff John Ossoff was doing lately because I'm a little bit annoyed with him. But he did handle this very well. The guy knows how to fight Republicans, and that's an important skill. It's a reason why Hassan Piker had named him as a dark horse presidential candidate, although I don't think that's going to be said anytime soon again after John Ossoff these past couple days. But the rest of the Democratic Party, and more importantly, the GOP and the mainstream media, I believe Mike Collins issued a condemnation of this after repeatedly defending the man and describing him as like his work speaks for himself while he was already posting KKK shit on Twitter. Like, that's like, this is not like a new thing. He's been great for posting this whole time. This is not new. It just got worse.
Wait, hang on a second. This is definitely, this politician pages thing is like totally, I think they're ops, but I'm just going to give this full screen and then let it, Hunter, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I don't even know who this woman is. I think she has a very funny name. Hunter, don't tell me who the woman is after I just know she's in Congress. I know you know who she is, but let her speak and let's see what the crowd has to say. And then I want you to tell me what she's like politically after we react. Okay, go.
This election is about what's going to happen when we elect Abdul to the United States Senate. I am done. So don't any reporter ask me again about Hassan Piker. It's not what November is about. Republicans are trying to make it. They're trying to divide us. And we got to stop letting them try to divide us. I don't agree with Hassan Piker on a lot of stuff. And I really don't agree with him on some of the woman things he said. And I'm still trying to figure out, is it the reason he exercises and looks buff is why he has so many followers. But having said that, I want to talk to you for a minute about what November is about. November, I lead Medicare for All in the United States House. If you are sick in this country, you should be able to go to the doctor when you need to go to the doctor and get the medicine that you need. And we have ripped healthcare away from millions of Americans, and we have hungry children in our district, in our state, and hungry seniors because of what the Republicans have done. And we need to win in November, and we will reverse all of the things that they have done. And
okay, Hunter, who is that? Tell me what. Yeah, she was doing.
Debbie Dingle,
no, not what.
Queen of the Big Tent, slightly horny for Hassan Piker on Maine, despite disagreeing with him, but has the best take regardless, which is, this is stupid. Why are we arguing about this? Can we please move on and win in November? Correct. Imagine if Hillary Schulten could do this. Imagine if the woman who Abdul won by 20 points in her district could just shut the fuck up about Hassan Piker and move on with her day. It's fine that you don't agree with him. Obviously, we need to have a longer-term conversation about your willingness to kill children. However, in the immediate short term, just shut the fuck up about Hassan Piker. If you're going to complain, if you're like, you don't need to condemn him ritualistically. It just makes you look old and out of touch. And Debbie Dingle, who I believe is older than you, Hillary Schulten, she gets it. Debbie Dingle is someone who we can stand with. I don't agree with her on everything. I think she's like, okay. She has a passing grade, I believe, for the Congressional Palestine Dem Tracker, but it's not like a great score. It's not like an AOC score, an Ayanna Pressley score, or certainly not a Tlaib score, but it's not like terrible, right? Like she's a little bit worse than Maxwell Frost, and Maxwell Frost is one of my guys. So we like Debbie Dingle, or at least I do. Because her name's fantastic.
I never heard of her. I like her now. I really like her.
Yeah.
Are you there, Hunter? Can you hear me?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, Hunter, you're dying. Your thing is your internet's getting jankier. You there?
Yeah. Am I still here?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Chicago Bish? Yeah, I can hear you, Hunter. I can hear you. Hi, Chicago.
You good now?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, so yeah, Debbie Dingle. I don't know who she is, but I like her. Bro tips resurface, drawing criticism.
also-
Boom. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. Put a fat guy who laughs
Okay.
funny in the background. Okay.
Are we really doing
Hunter.
are we really doing the frat thing again? Oh God,
Hunter.
Okay. Hassan
Hunter,
Piker-
you're
yeah.
Hunter, you're jumping in and out. You got to get the internet squared away. Oh, wait, hang on a
What is the
second.
problem here?
Holy cow, wait a minute. We got another story here breaking from our private chat. This is crazy. Hang on a second, folks. Jimmy Gomez accuser told House Ethics Committee he sexually assaulted her. What?
Okay, so this is why. Am I coming in loud and clear now? We good?
Yes, you're louder and clearer. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. I'll just talk with this tone, a little bit more reporter. Yeah, so Jimmy Gomez is a representative for California's 34th congressional district, so like in LA area, right? And he has been described as progressive except for APAC, which is something that like I probably need to write a Substack article about. But until I do, he is progressive on most issues. Like he's really good at immigration. However, he's really bad on foreign policy, and it's like aggressively a problem at this point, and it's really. He is also, or at least was, close personal friends with Eric Swalwell, and this is why Graham Plattner was on my mind today, because of the Jimmy Gomez stuff. And now, we still don't know the content of the accusations, from my understanding, but her lawyers, the lawyers of the accuser, have, if not directly stated, strongly implied that there was more than one report of non-consensual sexual misconduct. Now, Gomez was already in trouble for sexual misconduct. To be clear, the allegation before this, a different one, was that he kissed a younger staffer than him, but not one of his staffers, like a different congressperson staffer, which would be, cheating. But it was supposedly consensual. At least this is what the first story was.
Still. I'm making the normal guy ruling here. That's creepy. It's inappropriate, and also I would argue it's
still bad.
No, yeah, it's pretty awful. Not quite.
But
Monica
this is
and
much
Bill,
worse.
But
this is much worse. Like
yeah,
this is he's being accused of sexual assault. Like again, we don't have the allegations. We can't verify the veracity of them. I've heard some things that imply they're really serious. Nothing I can vouch for. However, Guy was close friends with Eric Swalwell, which does not bode well considering Eric Swalwell. So the good news there, actually, hold on. There's one thing that we should cover, which is the thing that made me convinced that there's really something to this, which is the Not Us post I sent you. If you want to put that up there.
Yeah. Let me pull it up. Okay, here we go. Okay. Democrat resigns from Dad's caucus over Chair Jimmy Gomez. Holy shit. Okay.
You see who it is, though? See the name. That's what threw me off.
Whoa. Photo's been scrubbed from the caucus website since Notice began reporting on this story. Whoa. Okay. At least one House Democrat has resigned from Congressional Dad's caucus after its chair, Jimmy Gomez, became the subject of a sexual misconduct investigation. Jake Auchincloss dropped out of the caucus, according to his office. Uplift parents and children across the country. It's made up of 36 Democratic lawmakers, mostly men, according to the caucus website. Yes, he's resigned. That leadership is up to the members of the caucus. If Auchincloss planned to call for Gomez to step down as chair, has been scrubbed since Notice began reporting. It's not the first time Auchincloss has drawn a line about the personal conduct of a fellow Democrat. He's an early critic of Graham Plattner, because we know why he was. Yeah, he was early on that one, to his credit. House Ethics Committee. Well, but was it? So okay, so he basically, you think he has the oppo?
No, I think it's the reason why this is terrifying is because Jake Auchincloss, Rep. How do you say it? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Auchincloss. That's right.
Auchincloss. Okay. Yeah, Rep. Auchincloss is not a progressive, right? Like, he's pretty...
No.
He is one of 9 Democrats who voted in favor of an amendment to the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, in 2023 that would prohibit race-based teaching in the military. So, like, talking about, like, you know, diversity, or at the very least, just like discussing the notion that discrimination exists and is a real problem that we should fight in the military. Which is crazy, right? He's very conservative compared to, at least, I would say, most Dems. He's incredibly pro-Israel. He hates what he describes as the far left. Doesn't like the far right either, allegedly, but, like, you know, he votes for a far right government in a foreign country. So,
Yeah.
you know, not great. And he's been one of those who's got pretty bad policies consistently. He's one of those guys, like, genuinely calling for balancing the budget, which is just, like, the kind of insane shit that you only hear from, like, conservative Dems in really conservative districts. And, like, Rep. Osh, like, I'm not saying he's in the most progressive district or anything, but he is in Massachusetts. Like, there's not, like, it's just, it's so
What up,
ridiculous.
F-Dub? Hey, Manuel.
Kamala
Hey,
Harris won the
Hunter.
district 58-39. It's like, this man is way too conservative for his district, but him dropping out freaks me out because that's a big move for someone to make. Him especially, unless he really thinks Gomez did it. So if he thinks Gomez did it, and Gomez is a friend of him on foreign policy, which, as we know, is like a primary focus for Rep. Auchincloss over here, that's terrifying. That's really a concerning thing. And you know what we should also cover is we should cover Gomez's opponent, because California has jungle primaries. And the good part of this is that sometimes it can allow for 2 Dems to make it into, and I know we probably shouldn't be platforming Politico, but it's the best article I have at the moment. 2 Dems can make it into the general election. Yep, you already beat me to it. And this is one of those cases. The top 2 who advanced to the general were both Dems. And the other one, Gonzalez Torres, is fantastic. Like, even outside of this information about Gomez, which, again, believe victims, we also don't have the story yet. She's great. Gonzalez Torres is fantastic and better than Gomez on policy, especially on foreign policy, but also she's the one to go even further than him on abolishing ICE and passing Medicare for all. So regardless of the situation with Gomez,
Yeah.
she's fantastic. So, like, I would be supporting her regardless. Like, I don't want to, like, swing too hard on Gomez on this because, again, I don't know.
Oh, I'll swing. He seems like a creep. I don't give a shit. You're a responsible person. Listen, this is the thing. In 2007, okay, when I was rushing a fraternity, and this is a rule for the community, okay? They told me in my fraternity, they said, if you are ever a creep, you are out. Because we are only as creepy as the creepiest person, so we do not allow any creeps here at all, period. 0. There's not going to be a trial. You're just going to get kicked out on your ass because our reputation is all we have, and we treat people correctly. So...
I had a different fraternity rushing experience entirely.
No, they were They were dead serious about it. They said, we don't care if we hear you were drunk. There's no excuse ever to be a creep. Ever.
They are correct.
And so if I don't care if you know what? If there's an ethics committee, this isn't a court of law. This is the court of public opinion. And Hunter, I got no beef because you're like held to a different standard than comedians. But Jimmy Gomez sounds like a fucking creep. So let's get.
I think that's fair. That's a fair statement to make.
He shouldn't be in. He shouldn't be in Congress. He shouldn't be in Congress. Yeah. Hunter, you're maintaining journalistic integrity. Being whatever you're in the game though. You're in the game, bro. I'm in the game.
Has my endorsement. She is better.
Yeah, well, your name is Stupid Tomato.
The entire time. She's one of the mom donification candidates, by the way. I know we're not focusing on that as much right now because most of the primaries are done. But
all right.
She is, example, what happened with Stupid Tomato? What'd they say?
He said Antifa's terrorists. Okay, Hog
Hey,
last year roiled
we're
it.
baiting the far right. That means they're showing up in our stream instead of in someone else's stream and harassing someone.
Oh, that's actually true. That's true. You're
Yeah.
right. I shouldn't ban them. I shouldn't ban them preemptively.
No,
Hunter, you're really
banning's
cooking with
fine,
gas.
But like bringing them in here. But yeah, no, I was gonna say, like, look, like the Jimmy Gomez scares me. I'm like, what?
You're frozen again.
We
You're
need to
frozen
maintain
again.
total integrity. Oh,
You're frozen.
Can you hear me now?
No, your video's bad. All right, I'm gonna remove Hunter from the stream because he's cutting out pretty badly. Gets turned y'all evil. I just start giggling and get shitty. Yeah, I mean I start giggling too. Hunter, can you hear me?
am I back? Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Well, you're still lagging. Do you want to jump back in, like come out, leave, and then come back in and see if it helps?
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, let's see if that works.
All right. Oh, Manuel, how was work today? We're gonna have Hunter jump back in. So it sounds like we got a lot of drama in Congress because all of the congressmen seem to be creeps, which, yeah, that seems to be a pretty big issue. Especially all the friends of Eric Swalwell, who's a creep. And it's pretty astounding to me that they've spent this much time discussing Hassan Piker's past comments from 10 years ago, even though there hasn't been a credible allegation of anything, him treating anybody horribly, but they never talk about Jimmy Gomez. They never talk about Jimmy Gomez being a creep. They never talk about Eric Swalwell being a creep. They never talk about Ruben Gallego defending Eric Swalwell and being his best bud. So, I don't know. It's kind of fucked up.
Meow Mix, I do see you. I don't have a way to save this on Instagram. It's saved on the Party Crasher VODs. But like I do see you guys on Instagram. I have it open on my phone. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
You can put a link. Did you put a link in the Instagram?
Yeah, I did. Also, it's in my Instagram stories. I have a link to the Twitch and also to the Party Crasher YouTube. So,
yo, what's up, Smooth Bandito? Yo, thank y'all for showing up here for Hunter and I. Hunter, this is Hunter's hour. We do a little more than an hour. We do what we feel like because we're Party Crashers. But Hunter, we got some regular community members here. Smooth Bandito, hola.
Hey.
Not much is up. Owned some noobs in VR and then proceeded to get owned myself. Sprout, you know what? I'm sure with that, good will be soon. Remember what we always say with Party Crashers, never ask why, only ask how. And you're here with us now, hanging out. And so, I got to tell you, Hunter knows. I'm going through it right now on a personal level. We're not going to get into it, right, Hunter? But
nope.
We're all there. We're all there with you, friend. Just hang in there. We're here for you. And if you need anything, we do have a new rule in the Party Crashers chat. I've been there too. I remember I was in a horrible time like 10 years ago, and I couldn't leave my house for like 6 months. I could only watch Pixar movies. It was horrible. I mean, it was good because I was safe and I was in a house where I could watch Pixar movies, but it was just, oof. It was a difficult time. But we've all been there. We get through it. We're gonna stick together. And Sprout, you're our mod. We need you. So Hunter, this Jimmy Gomez story is, so you're saying that there's an opportunity here to get Angelo Gonzalez Torres, who's 31, new leader, wrapped themselves up in
I should know if it's Angela or Angelo. I'm getting one of those moments when on stream I forget everything I know, and so it's one of those. But also like the Gomez thing, I just want to elaborate a bit more on it because I think it's complicated. And also Manuel made a pretty good comment about how, like, I don't get how alcohol turns y'all evil. He just starts. Sorry, Manuel, I'm assuming your pronouns here. He just starts giggling and gets all. He redacted the word, so I'm not going to say the last word, but he talks about getting giggly and stuff, which is fair. That's a much more normal. The problem with Gomez is there's sort of like I say this with as much disgust as I can possibly say it, a congressional bad boys club with, I believe, Eric Swalwell, Jimmy Gomez, and Ruben Gallego are the main three members. And all three of them had rumors around them, Swalwell and Gomez, of being like playboys or cheating on their wives. However, I fucking guarantee you that the Democratic establishment and some journalists, although the journalists I don't want to blame because if they don't have valid sourcing, they can't publish the story. People knew, right? Like Pelosi was really fast to tell Swalwell to get the hell out of Dodge after the stuff came out, which means that she certainly knew, almost certainly knew beforehand, or at least people in her camp knew about Swalwell, which makes me think they probably knew about Gomez too. Because I'd heard rumors about Gomez doing some weird stuff, but not anything like this before. And I had heard it. I'm a regular guy. Gallego has rumors about him too, but I want to be clear that as far as I know, every rumor about Ruben Gallego has to do with cocaine and has nothing to do with any sort of misconduct towards women, at least as far as I've heard. And I have a little pet theory, and this is a joke. This is a comedy podcast, that Ruben Gallego is more progressive when he uses the cocaine. So as long as he doesn't run for president, I don't really care. Like, that's like, you can destroy your own body. Just don't destroy anyone else's. That's kind of my take on this whole thing. But
wait, I have to do a quick jump in to talk to Manuel real quick here, because Manuel, I want to just say real quick. So Manuel just shared a personal thing.
Damn.
Yeah, he caught some Z's last night at a truck stop. I just want to let you know, Manuel, that's great. If there's anything we can do for you, my friend, if there's anything I can do for you, if you're in our Discord, let me know. I'm always trying to help people. I 10 years ago, when I was kind of in my moment of crisis, I had to do some. Here's our thing. I had to sleep. I slept on the Blue Line train in Chicago at night. It was horrible. It was really hard. Crashed on couches. Didn't have enough food. I'd pretty much alienated anybody who cared about me because of my own behavior, mostly gambling and just being an asshole. Not violent, just hurtful to myself and others. So I just want to let everybody know out there, hang in there. We're talking about politics tonight. The world is a pretty dark and scary place, especially when it comes to the fact that our leaders are behaving worse than we are. And the fact that Manuel is coming into the chat and being vulnerable and asking for, asking for support as he applies for these jobs, and he got a job and he's kicking ass now. Like, that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. We're here to have a good time, to learn about each other, to learn about stuff we don't know, which is why I invite Hunter on here, because he knows a lot about this politics shit. And I also just want to let everybody know that no matter what we're saying, the most important thing here is our community. So, I think going back to what Hunter was saying, like, don't hang out with people that do cocaine. Don't hang out with people that refer to themselves as the bad boys of Congress or playboys, because they're probably just creeps.
Look, I think it's also a lot more common than people realize. Like, we talk about, these small examples, right? Like specific small examples of people like Plattner, like Swalwell, like allegedly Gomez, like so many Republicans, right? Like Dennis Hastert, the former Republican Speaker of the House, who, if I remember correctly, was just straight up a pedophile. But like, this is like a really normal, like, the problem is people make really bad decisions that really, really, really fuck up people's lives. Like, I don't know, I haven't talked much publicly about this, but like, I've been taken advantage of. I lost a bunch of weight. First time I partied in a while. This was like a couple of years back. And I had a little bit too much to drink, but it actually turned out to be a lot too much because I had new medication and I didn't know how it reacted with it. And I also got crossfaded for the first time ever, which I don't recommend. And like, I was like blacking in and out, which I didn't realize was real. I thought I was making it up for like a long time. Like, I thought like that's not how it works. That like you just went in and then out and then you're done, or was in, out, and then back in and then you were done. Especially if you don't have any more after. Turned out it's not the case. And when I was not able to like say yes to anything, someone took advantage of me. And I don't know, and I don't think that they did it on purpose. And like, I wouldn't
change the fact. I'm sorry about
well,
that.
yeah, but like it took like it's kind of emasculating to talk about, even like it shouldn't be, but it feels like it is. But like, it is Like, yeah, EFT Up Nation, crossfading is something that you like to do and don't recommend it. But like people can, like substances and stuff can get really nasty. And the stories there with Gomez were like, drunken kissing someone who allegedly consensually, but that was like he had a previous misconduct ethics committee based on that because, cheating on your wife, congressional staffer, not his staffer, thankfully, but a staffer. But like, I don't think the person, like, they weren't Bill Cosby or anything. But like, I feel there was stuff that wasn't disclosed to me that if I had been of right mind and able to make my own choices, it wouldn't have happened. And I didn't get a say in what happened to me. Like, it just,
That's
things
why,
happened to
and
me
that's
I didn't
why
get a
it's
say.
wrong. That's
Why it's wrong. But like, also like a lot of people don't realize, I think, to the degree of which this kind of thing can happen and people can do it to people. Like I'm lucky because I grew up with a mom who's a therapist who was really good about teaching this kind of thing. I saw the T video more times than I can count, if you don't know what I'm talking about. But like, this is disturbingly common, both in politics with powerful people who want power, but also in general. And it's horrifying, and we need to stand up against it always. And, like, we need to be careful. We can't just, like, follow anyone who ever says anything about anyone, because then you get, like, an Emmett Till situation. But you also, like, you can't just discount things, especially when there's a repeated pattern like there is here. And that's what's horrific about this, is that, like, it's been known that this man is substances and women is a bad mix for this man, and yet he persists. So, like, even if he didn't do this, and, like, I hope he didn't. Like, I hope that this is some sort of misunderstanding, confusion, because it's a better world if this didn't happen. But, like, I think we need to make a space for the person who's talking about this, because we need to, like, hear them out, obviously. And I would be inclined to believe them, especially given what we know about Gomez. This kind of shit can't be happening, and this kind of level of irresponsibility that we know for a fact he's been doing, regardless of this specific case, would be enough of a reason to kick him out of Congress on its own, not to mention that he has a fantastic opponent. And this is one of the rare times we have an opportunity to something really bad comes out about a Democrat in the general, and we can just say, nope, you're gone. We can replace you with someone better. We can do this. We could do it with Graham Plattner, and we can do it with Jimmy Gomez. It just looks differently because this time we actually need to vote him out. And again, on top of all of this, she's just better on policy. She doesn't want to kill kids in Gaza. She wants to abolish ICE. She wants Medicare for all. And he wants some of those things, but he's not good about the not killing kids part. So regardless, and I met his team. His team's nice. Regardless, we should vote him out, even just on policy alone. But there's that moral question, too, that we have to take into consideration. And we have to hear out the people who say they've been wronged by him, because I would imagine they probably have been. And that's horrific, right? The fact that this is a real conversation we're having about what should be a progressive congressman in one of the bluest states in the country is horrifying.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting.
Sorry, I feel very strongly about this.
I think I think you're right on. And I've also been, I've had my own, people have done, it's bad. It's bad. I don't want to get into it, but I'm just shocked. I appreciate
your was progressive. And I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that either. No. I don't think I've told you about this, but like I didn't know that.
No, you're not. I'm glad you did. It's important that everybody feels like you have to get it out of there. I mean, similar things have happened to me. Something happened in Spain that was really messed up, and it really it was something that I also didn't really know how to navigate until I had kind of spent some time. It was messed up, so that's why I take all this shit so serious. Yeah, it took me a really long time to talk about it. It happened when I was like 23, and I didn't talk about it until I was in like my late 20s, because I was so it was weird. It was weird, and it was a weird feeling, and it was a violation, and I just feel horrible every time I read about people that this happens to. So
I mean, like, it's still hard to like, and like, I'm not sure I want to put myself in the same category. Like the people who went through like this, it's different in word. I say that for me and for no one else, but like it's like categorically, like there's real monsters out there, and I just dealt with a shitty person, like a person who, or
that's well put. Really that's well put. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. Like there are real monsters out there, and it's really fucked up because a lot of them purport to be on quote unquote the right side of history. Like, the amount of people that were willing to defend people like Eric Swalwell and, Harvey Weinstein and these fucking people that are just monsters. So I can't imagine the pain that they put their victims through, and it's really fucked up. Manuel,
100%.
you're always looking at the blessings, bro. That's what I love about you. You're always looking for the blessings. That's what you got to do. You got to look at what you got, and you got to ask your friends for help. So if there's anything we can do to help you all, let us know. Crazy how things are sometimes.
Yeah. And Sprout,
I
you're
love
totally
that
right.
these two communities are more welcoming and kinder than my entire family, including my parents. Well, listen, Sprout, your parents can be warnings or they can be examples. Most parents are a little bit of both. So, but the good news is that both Hunter and I have learned from our parents' strengths and weaknesses, and that's why this is such a welcoming community. Young Hunter here is wise beyond his years, and we're ripping away.
Well, I'm also a
news
moron
here.
who gets tear gassed and gets in bad situations all the time. So let's
But
not
you
give
get
you too much
good-
credit.
You get in the bad situations for the right reasons. Representative Ro Khanna defends Hassan Piker and calls out Democrats who have condemned him. Too many demotivated Democrats stayed home in 2016 and 2024. We can't repeat past mistakes. Stop wasting time attacking Hassan Piker instead of Trump's robber baron corruption. Boom. Love to pull the Gilded Age quote out of nowhere. Ro Khanna, that's what's up. Don't put Israel hawks out of touch with our voters in charge of our Middle East policy. It is time for a reckoning. Are we a party that represents corporate interests and super PACs, or will we represent the American people? Hunter. Oh, here we go. Let's see what Hassan says here. But won't have him on out of context and class hardback at Neera Tannen, who seems to be doing all she can to hurt Hassan Piker's campaign for Senate. What are we doing?
Chiose! Chi! My
love
boy! The funniest
Chi.
city councilman alive!
He is the funniest city council. He's so proud of himself. Look at him. He practiced that. Okay, here we go. Let's see here.
El Said wants to represent Palestine. I want to represent Michigan.
Dude, you live in Florida. What the fuck are you talking about?
You
You don't even represent Michigan. You don't even live in Michigan. You live in Florida.
Michiganders are the answer. El Said wants to represent Palestine.
Hey, he's doing a little bit of a
I want
Haley
to
Stevens right there with putting the accent on the Michiganders.
Michiganders,
He's
yeah.
full on 20% Stevens.
Wait, think I've seen this film before. A really good ending, by the way. Chris Pappas has a 92% chance of winning. Oh, Carville came out and said that conflating anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. Wow, he really missed the talking points there. Carville said that people that conflate anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism are stupid. He said, here, let's see what he had to, I think I watched this clip earlier, but
Give me one
so
second,
Hunter,
I'll be
let's see
right
what
back.
the next thing on your radar is here. Effed Up Nation pulled in a great article yesterday. If you want to get an article read on stream, or if you want us to take a look at something, then be sure to go to our website, join the Discord in there. We have a Discord. That's actually we're going to start up a mutual aid channel in the Discord too, so that we can help each other out. If anybody has any stuff that they can offer somebody else, and we can find a way to get stuff sent out to people. Hell yeah, little electric kettle. All right. Manuel, ball. I remember. Yeah, that's I remember sleeping in a sleeping bag one time, and some guy walked up to me with a big pot of noodles, and I was like, how did you get this? It's February. And he's like, I got a little kettle there in the back. So let's see here. The entire American economy is a casino. The oligarchs are the owners. Politicians are the pit bosses, and you are the mark. Wow. Okay. Hunter, let me look up your next link because there's so many exciting things happening on the Twitters. So let's see here. New Republic, MAGA Mike Collins. We already went over this, did we not? Hunter.
No, the new one I just sent. That one we did. The CBS one though.
Did we do? We did this.
Oh.
Wait.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's the Preston Para guy. It's fucking crazy. You know that guy's a year older than me? The kid?
Jesus Christ. Seriously?
Dude, there's a real, I know we haven't covered it. There's a great article about like the Groyper problem in the Republican staffing. Like
I
it's
know.
really bad. Like, it's aggressively awful. No, that one we already covered. But there was a CBS article I wanted to cover at least before we're done. It's about the CIA.
Here we go. Oh yeah, thank you. I was wondering if we were going to cover this. You said CBS is the best one, or Politico? I got it. Okay, I got it. Highly cited. Perfect. Okay. So we were talking actually earlier. I just kind of want to tee this up. Effed Up Nation actually sent us a. There's an article about Groyper proliferation. If there's an article about that, can you share it in the Discord? Yeah, hell yeah, we miss you, Sprout. So okay, I want to tee this up because Hunter, earlier we were reading an article in the Telegraph about how England is moving up its World War III readiness program by like 5 years because they're highly confident that there will be a conflict between Russia and a NATO ally in the next 5 years. And a former senior Russian official basically said that like the UK could be subjected to attacks based on the fact that they're supplying drones to the Ukraine, and they could definitely see it happening. So that was kind of being whispered about. Now we have this visit by John Ratcliffe to Moscow. Can you
That's really bad, by the way. That's extremely, extremely bad in ways that are like kind of hard to explain. I'm just gonna start this with the last time a CIA official that high up flew to Russia was 90 days before Russia invaded Ukraine. The last time this happened.
wait, repeat that?
The last time the CIA director flew to Ukraine was 90 days, I think, on the dot before Russia invaded Ukraine. That's what's terrifying to me about this. It's that, like, the last time it was this bad, the U.S. tried to persuade Putin to not invade, and he did. And that was under Biden, right? And now Biden's been a better friend. Biden, despite all his flaws, was a much better friend to Ukraine than Trump ever has been, ever will be, because Donald Trump wants to have intimate relations with Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Fucking sue me, Donald. I live in California, okay? I have an anti-slap law. I can win this one. I will. You will pay my legal fees. I will hire my dad as a lawyer.
Donald.
You will pay my legal fees. I will make money off
Hunter,
of
Hunter, just because I like marble and just because I like decorating does not mean I want to have relations with Vladimir Putin.
The piss tape proves otherwise. I'm sorry, man.
That was not on my face. That was on my chest. It's different. No, okay.
I know people who know the guy who was working on the dossier about that, and it got leaked early to kill it. It's a whole thing. I can't talk too much about that for obvious reasons, for people's safety. But like, the whole Russiagate thing is way more accurate and deeper than people realize. And like, even I don't know the extent of it, but it's crazy bad. Anyways, also, I need to emphasize this. If the Trump administration is sending a CIA director for a secret meeting to tell them to not invade, they have to have like a recording of Putin saying, I want to start a nuclear war. Like it has to be really bad. And also, Poland is just waiting. They're just waiting for Russia to invade like Lithuania or something. And honestly, so is Germany. Germany massively increased their defense funding over the past several years. And there was a really funny tweet back when before Twitter was evil, which was like a German guy saying, just so we're clear, and I want to make sure that there's no confusion, no misunderstanding. You want us, Germany, to build an army so that you could march it through parts of Eastern Europe to get to Russia. Just so we're clear, this is what everyone wants us to be able to do, right? And like the answer was, we know it's weird, but yes. That's how bad the situation is. Like this, NATO has a thing called Article 5, which means that if you invade or attack a NATO country, the rest of NATO is obligated to defend them which is would be intense. Let me make sure it's the right Article 5. Yep. An armed attack against any one member is an armed attack against all NATO members. That's the US, UK, Turkey, Germany, Poland. That's 32 mostly Western nations, because it's the North Atlantic, it's NATO for a reason.
Yeah.
That would be really bad. Now, do I think Trump would go to war with Putin even if a treaty says us that we have to? No, probably not. Do I think a lot of the rest of Europe would love to see what they could do to Russia after they've wasted years trying to take over Ukraine with little success? Yeah, absolutely. Especially people who've been paying attention to Russia kidnapping Ukrainian citizens to indoctrinate them into Russian society, which is an act of genocide, and having a human drone safari where they hunt people in Kherson like it's the most dangerous game, which is also an act of genocide. I don't know if it's fair to call Russia's war against Ukraine a war, like a genocidal war, but they are doing blood and soil rhetoric, they're doing Lebensraum, and they're committing acts of genocide during their war of aggression against Ukraine. So, it's really bad. And also, I sent you a clip from Blue Sky, because this is what's going to happen if Russia so much as tries to invade any one country in NATO. This is going to be Poland's immediate reaction.
So let's read this thing. Jesus Christ, this is so bad. Now that you tee it up like that, we're literally talking about World War III.
This is World War III shit. It's post midterms, which is either good or bad depending on how you look at it. But based on the historical trends here, really bad. Sorry, as you were saying.
Oh, everybody say hi to Chicago Bish.
Chicago
She's
Bish
back. What's up? All right, so we're gonna read this article. CIA Director John Ratliff was in Moscow, Russia for meetings on Tuesday. Sources familiar with the situation told CBS. News of his trip came after a U.S. Air Force Boeing C-17A Globemaster transport plane was spotted flying into a Moscow airport Tuesday morning. Then a U.S. diplomatic motorcade was seen driving through the city. CIA did not comment on his trip, but Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters in Moscow on Wednesday that Ratliff held talks with Russian intelligence officials during his visit, but that he did not meet Putin. Peskov told reporters Putin was briefed on the talks, but he said it was too soon to predict whether the intelligence officials' meeting might help get bilateral U.S.-Russia relations out of what he called a deep crisis more than 4.5 years into Russia's war on Ukraine. It wasn't immediately clear if Ratliff had left Moscow on Wednesday after his first known trip to Russia as a CIA director. He's maintained contact with Russian intelligence counterparts during his tenure. CBS News was first to report Ratliff's previously secret visits to the Russian capital. Ahead of his trip, the U.S. told Ukrainian officials that a senior delegation would be traveling to Moscow and asked Kiev to suspend strikes until the delegation's departure from Russia, according to a senior Ukrainian official. Recent U.S. intelligence assessments indicate Putin's risk calculus may be shifting, with the Russian leader potentially increasingly willing to authorize provocative actions against NATO members, including hybrid operations and other deniable measures short of military action, in order to test the resolve of the alliance and the Trump administration. Jesus. This is not great. U.S.-mediated peace talks between Ukraine and Russia have largely stalled, with two sides far apart on core issues. CIA has played a role in recent U.S.-Russia detainee exchanges, including the April 2025 release of Russian U.S. dual national Ksenia Karelina, whose case Ratcliffe personally negotiated. The agency was also involved in the 2024 prisoner exchange that secured the release of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and Marine veteran Paul Whelan. It was not immediately clear if the CIA had any role in another exchange that a Russian official said took place Wednesday. Reuters quoted Russian Human Rights Commissioner Yana, that's a funny sentence, Russian Human Rights Commissioner, they have one of those, Yana Lantratova, as saying 10 prisoners of war from each side were exchanged during a handover in Belarus, which would be a relatively low number compared to previous swaps. Lantratova, speaking on Russia's Zvezda TV network, did not say if there were any senior officers among the prisoners exchanged on Wednesday. Former CIA Director William Burns traveled to Moscow in November 2021 when he met with senior Russian officials and spoke directly with Vladimir Putin to warn him against invading Ukraine. So basically, Hunter, wow.
Oh, it's even worse. Trump allegedly directly dispatched Radcliffe and didn't tell a lot of senior top White House aides, which is crazy. That's not normal at all. Now, I also, anyone who's seen any video of Trump walking lately can tell that he's got some sort of like weird exoskeleton or something going on. So I'm not sure who they mean when they say Trump sent someone, because like,
hey, Chicago Bish. And
hey!
look, Manuel said Chicago Bish in the building. That's right. She never left. She never leaves. She's our OG. So what about Trump saying that he sent somebody?
Yeah, Trump said according to reports, Trump personally sent Ratcliffe, and multiple senior top White House aides were kept in the dark about this. Now, again, I'm not sure Trump can send anybody to do anything right now. He's a little bit busy with Natalie and trying to outrun the Grim Reaper, which is why he has like a Gundam exoskeleton underneath his pants. I'm only mostly joking about that. Seriously, watch it. There's something going on there. He's got
a Gundam exoskeleton underneath his pants.
Yeah, like when he dies, we're going to when Trump finally croaks, right? And like I think it's just gonna be from old age. We're gonna find out that the levels that they took to keep him alive were insane. So when they say Trump sent Ratcliffe, I don't know who actually sent Ratcliffe, but if top White House aides were kept in the dark, then someone who knows something about national security is freaking the fuck out about Russia. And but now, to be clear, this is attacking NATO would be even if the U.S. is going to be cowards, not do anything, which would be dumb. I know we say end endless wars, but ending endless wars sometimes means making someone end an endless war, which is the case here. But and this is basically what would happen. This is what Poland would do the moment Russia gives them an excuse. Roll clip. The Blue Sky one, private chat, most recent.
Oh, private chat, most recent. Okay. Ooh. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go.
All right.
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations to get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you.
Just pause it. Start again.
Okay.
Pause it.
I know. Again. My bad. This is such a good poll. It's such a disservice to the quality of the fucking reference. I'm so sorry, Hunter. That was there disgrace.
We go. All right.
3, here we go. Let's see what he says.
Roll the clip.
All right. So wait. Tee it up. Whose flag is this? The red and white?
That's Poland. So Poland, NATO, Russia are in this. Just to be clear, this is what's going to happen the moment Russia activates Article 5. The moment they invade any NATO country, this is what will immediately happen. This is going to be Poland's response. Roll the clip.
Cool.
And I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations to get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up. And I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
That's awesome.
You're going to have to call the fucking United
Nations.
Credit
to Rainbow Dash on Blue Sky, also called Gay ISIS Brony, for unearthing that clip and writing
my
evergreen
God.
because that is in fact an evergreen clip, both the meme and the original post itself. Fantastic, love that.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And thanks, I had the Hamilton one up there. There's a Hadestown one right next to it, which is even cooler. You should, if you didn't see the pro shot, you should totally watch it once it's streaming. Sorry, I saw someone calling out my Hamilton playbill up there. I got maybe happy ending,
nice.
Hamilton, Hadestown. There's also a lightsaber up there, but you can't see it in this clip. People can see it on my Instagram videos, though. Sorry. Yes, Hadestown's fantastic. Steve, have you seen Hadestown?
No, is it good? You just said it's fantastic. Of course,
it is good. The best musical. The best. It is the best musical, and I will take no dissenting opinions. It's so good. It is so good. It's personal. It's romantic. It's political. It's everything. It's so good. Like, there's a song called "Why We Build the Wall" that has nothing to do with Trump. It was written about George Bush. It was written in the early 2000s, and like it predicted shit. It predicts things, and it's a story about like how individual connection, building community, and standing up against robber barons and oligarchs can help, even if it doesn't fix every problem right away, can make the world meaningfully better. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so good. It's so good. I can't even.
We might have to do a watch party on something. I don't know how to do it without getting a copyright violation, but
it's so good. It's so fucking fantastic. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
No. You should not apologize. I loved that aside. It gave me a lot of hope. We're gonna do this quick exoskeleton clip while I pull up the exit for the evening, which is the same as every evening. Me and Hunter and I are on stream together for the Antifa press briefing. Does it look like an exoskeleton, Hunter?
Oh, there's a worse one.
All right, wait, hang on a second. I'm gonna do Hunter. I'm gonna do the favorite one we got from here. This one right here. Whoa.
But honestly, like real quick, just take a look at like the butt jutting out in this clip. It's crazy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, holy cow! This is crazy. This is crazy.
And one of them has autism, and one has developmental delays.
Oh my God!
And although they qualify for an IEP,
no one's
because
listening
of
to you, bro. We're looking at the badonkadonk. Yeah, no, there is definitely something going on there with the exoskeleton.
Here's the clip I was actually looking for. There we go. But yeah, this one looks weird. I think it emphasizes part of the problem. But there's no like. He's not arching his back. Something is arching his back for him. Okay, you gotta play this clip and zoom in because.
Oh yeah, there. Holy shit!
Look at the leg. Like there is clearly shit happening there. Like there is a brace. That's
thick.
not natural.
He thick. 2 C's. Wow. Just wow. Holy cowabunga.
I hate to do the Trump's dying in X months thing that people do on TikTok. Although there's some actual doctors who have some actual credibility talking about it. Yeah, it's just called Hadestown. But the guy's hands discolored. He doesn't know where he is. He's falling asleep in meetings. He's wearing some sort of exoskeleton or leg brace. People actually think they figured out which one it is. I'm not going to go that far. There's evidence that there was a emergency peptide that was authorized specifically for him because the only person who's powerful enough and fits the right demographic information to use it is Trump. So the guy is on his last legs and there's probably some demon summoning or some shit going on to keep him alive. I'm joking about the demon summoning, but the medical science that they're doing to a 1600s peasant would look indistinguishable from witchcraft. So it's just something's fucking happening here.
Dude, I'm tired, man. I'm tired of not knowing if the president is alive or not.
Exactly, EFT Nation and Sprout. Both of you guys are right. Exactly, EFT Nation and Sprout are both talking about it. Sprout's actually got some credentials here about neurology. But like, in EFT's, I think EFT's talking about exactly the product I'm referring to. So like, we got a smart audience, guys. I'm proud of you guys.
Hell yeah, we do. Well, this is the Antifa press briefing. Hunter and I always go out the same way. We do